excited. The amount of energy that we've had, it's like, oh, we're just bursting at the seams because Ryan brought some very important, I would say, vital and imperative people here on the couch. And I'd like to introduce everybody right now. Okay. First, a woman I've had the biggest girl crush on for the last few years. I'm sorry to say that and preface it, but it's my truth. Sandra Hüller, everybody. Another gentleman we have all had, like, delicious crushes on. Lionel Boyce, you know him from The Bear. Then we have two filmmakers who are a pair, a duo. I didn't know you guys met in college and then sort of got paired together. I think that was Beshert and serendipitous and meant to be. It is Phil Lord and Chris Miller, everybody. And last, but definitely most importantly also, we have Rocky's voice, his heart, his soul, his way of embodying how we respond to this creature, and I know a lot about that, so thank you for James Ortiz, everybody. I mean, I feel like my whole life, the origin story really starts and ends with this film, E.T., that I got lucky enough to make and be a part of, and it changed my life and it changed the world because of its subject that you've been hearing me speak about with Ryan. Why did you guys want to pick this story and share it with everyone? Obviously, an intention, I am sure, was to bring people together, but how do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I love about this book when Ryan sent it to us is it's a story about saving the galaxy by making a friend. And we're two friends that met when we were teenagers. And our whole career is about making accommodations for one another and figuring out that 1 and 1 makes 3. And in the story, like, you know, Ryan and James, the reason we wanted James to be on set with Ryan was to have a real relationship that you could witness with the camera and that was real.
It's so different. Like, with E.T., we had Caprice doing the hands. We had Steven Spielberg doing his voice. E.T. was there, and all it was friendship. And showing how to love. And you cannot do that alone.
Well, you know, my job was so multifaceted on this because my initial job was just to puppeteer the character on set and give lines and play the scene. But it slowly evolved. I mean, you know, I had a sort of a secret job that I gave myself that I didn't tell anybody, which was I just wanted to make sure that Ryan never felt alone in any scene that he was in with Rocky. Because what he has to do in this is really hard. It's a lot. And
it's all of it.
It's all of it. So, I mean, you know, it became this funny thing that whenever Rocky was in a scene, I just wanted him to be completely whole. I don't mean physically, but just like he was completely there. You never had a question about what he was thinking, what he was feeling, so that, you know, even if Rocky had to leave the shot for whatever reason, I was still in an ear with Ryan. We would just keep playing. Like the story, we're the two characters that are trapped in these sort of sterile environments and these claustrophobic spaces. And the exercise was just keep the little ember of warmth going between us because that's what the characters are. And I mean, like, it was just like that offset too.
Now, Lionel, what was your role to be in the movie? Because there's an interesting story there.
You know, I think initially it was supposed to be there for one day. But I remember it came in, they were like, yes, the movie was, everything about it sounded really cool. And I was like, I'm down to hang out with Chris, Phil, and Ryan for a day. And I heard Sandra was a part of it. And I think when Chris and Phil found out I was down, they started adding a little bit more just to play around. So a lot of it was improv, and I credit these two guys and Ryan for building this relationship out and like giving space to like give Carl a little bit more in the movie. I definitely thought it was going to end up on the cutting floor.
How much time did you end up spending there?
A month, about a month. It was supposed to be a day, then I spent a month in London.
Well, I think, Lionel, you're playing off of the people around. A lot of the special minds that are pulled in have a lot of different fun tones. Like, they're almost humans representing the tones. Some are serious, some are funny, some are afraid, some are boisterous, you know. And then I feel like your friendship is there, but then there's this grand dame in the movie. And there is an anchor, a heart, a mind and a motivation in this film, and it is all with you, Sandra. You carry a weight that allows us to believe in the gravity, pun intended, but the gravity of the situation, that this is an ender, that you are trying to save humanity. Mm-hmm. You are the anchor. And I loved Anatomy of a Fall. That film plays rent-free in my mind. You were nominated for an Academy Award. When you took this on, what did you think? How did you manage to pull off being someone who is so stoic, calm, but making us realize what's at play here? And also, like, why am I so in love with you? Just out of curiosity, why am I crushing on you the whole movie?
I don't know, Drew. I don't know what's going on.
I know, I'm
we'll
weird.
Talk it out later.
Yeah, I would love nothing more.
Well, first, I think I'm a bit stoic myself. I love to sit through things because they're changing on their own all the time. But anyway, I don't know. I just tried to not laugh when Ryan was improvising. I think it was my main task to just stay very serious.
That's not easy to do because you ruin everything if you laugh. You ruin all the good work.
But you do it, but you don't when you work with Chris and Phil.
They can cut around it?
No, yes. They leave it in.
Oh,
they leave it in, they take everything.
The beauty is that they, I used to make films, and if something funny would happen, they would cut. And
the worst.
And they would say, oh, that was funny, but let's start again. As though funny things don't happen in life, and if it's a drama, that it has to only be dramatic.
Yes.
And
heavy.
Why it had to be them to make this film, it really is, this film doesn't exist without them, because they are, everyone here is one of one. There's no one like each person on this, and each person had to do this part. It is like the mission in the film, like everything had to go exactly right. It had to be exactly those people in order for this thing to work, And Chris and Phil allow for that. That's why when Lionel's supposed to be there for a day, but we're all like, we just want to hang out with Lionel. He's like on camera, the movie's better with him in it.
Do you know
so we're like, well, let's do more. Let's go to Home Depot and shop. Let's spend the whole day just shopping for scientific supplies at Home Depot, so we get to, have more scenes with Lionel. And then, of course, when we start screening the movie, everyone's like,
I love that.
Lionel's our favorite part. More Carl. We're like, is it? And then we're like, is it 2 movies? Is it the Carl friendship, and then we go to meet Rocky in space?
There are a lot of movies in this movie, but they come together, and they are greater for the sum of their parts, because again, we are not one thing. Life is not one thing. I've been around people in the most dire situations, and that person that cracks that joke is the hero. And even if you fall on your face making a joke, still try, because it's worth it. If you make one person laugh in a tense situation, God bless you. It really is the gift of all gifts.
Can I say something about, like, with Sandra, yes, she's stoic, but on our first day, we're supposed to walk across a parking lot. That's it. Go to a bike. The scene is just easy. We don't know each other. First scene, walk to a bike, wide shot. Right before they say action, Sandra says, I'll race you to the bike. Action. And like, suddenly I'm like, racing Sandra to the bike, right? It's immediately fun. And she brought that to every single scene. It was her idea to sing. I begged her to sing, but when she did agree, it was her idea to sing Harry Styles.
Had you heard her sing somewhere?
Her dressing room was down the hall from mine, and I heard her singing, and I thought, you have to sing in the film. And she said, I'll think about it. And then she came in with Harry Styles' Sign of the Times, which is the anthem of the movie now. It was like the perfect song for the thing. It's just one example of many of how Sandra just made every scene better. Same with Lionel. But then also with James, like, I just want to call out this hand puppet here because when we initially had auditions, we got to meet with the best puppeteers in the world. And they all had this Rocky puppet to audition with. And James came in last, and he put the puppet aside, and he went, no, I will use my hand. And he had made this hand puppet, which I don't know if you want to demonstrate to everybody.
Yeah.
But he just immediately took ownership over
Ryan
the
is very
character.
generous because I had built this puppet for the. You want to say hi?
Hi, yes. Show me the hand.
Okay, great. Well, also Ryan's very kind because I went into that audition and there was a beautiful puppet waiting for me, but it was like an ottoman. It was like 35 pounds.
Too
I went,
big.
guys, I don't think. What I brought mine like a good student, but I basically did this. No, understand. Grace. And, you know, this was basically it. Just me, like, falling over a table and wiggling in front of everybody.
We'll be right back.